This is a conventional lathe tailstock. It's quite a simple component, but it's very important, especially when you need to drill any parts or tap any parts. The tailstock's really the tool to use. So you have a handle on one end and you can rotate the handle. And what the handle will do is it will extend the chuck. The chuck has measurements along it. This particular one has imperial measurements and metric measurements along it, so you can check how far into a part you're drilling. There's two handles. This handle is to lock off the spindle, so the spindle spins freely now. If I lock that off, then I can't move the spindle. The second handle is to lock the tailstock in place. So at the moment, the tailstock will slide along the bed of the machine nice and easily, but if I push the back handle up, make sure that's locked solid, the tailstock is now secure. Now you need to lock off the tailstock before you can drill anything. If you don't have this locked off, if it's loose, when you start drilling, it will push the tailstock backwards. So instead of doing that, you lock off the tailstock, make sure you're ready, take a note of the current dimension that you're at, and then turn the handle to drive your drill piece or your fixed drill or your tapping tool into the part. Generally, a Morse taper is present, so this is a standard 30mm chuck with a drill in it. If I want to insert this into the spindle, I will just place it in, make sure the notch locates, and then push tight. We now have a drill in our tailstock and we're ready to drill the part. Removing the tool from the tailstock can be as simple as winding the spindle straight backwards, and once you finally reach the point, if you're using a Morse taper, the chuck should pop out. If it is a bit too tight, what you can do is wind the spindle all the way out and you'll find there is a notch for a drill drift. So you see there, we have our slot, and if the spindle won't come out, if the chuck won't come out, you can use a drill drift in that gap to release the tool.